Alrighty, good morning, everyone. My name is Jeremiah. Welcome to Flow and Go. We are here today to talk about drishti, and then also we're going to be working on revolved chair. So there is a playlist there in the chat if you would like to see what my late night playlist compiling looks like. So drishti, there's a lot to unpack with drishti. Drishti isn't just like you hear about it as like your focal point. We're like, oh, we're in a balanced pose, find your drishti. Well, that's part of it. What that also means is it's something to look at with intention. So something to focus your thoughts. So let's go ahead and come to a nice sukhasana, so a nice easy seat position. Go ahead and let yourself be comfortable. As you root down through the sit bones, as you feel yourself reach to the crown of the head, feel yourself stack hips over shoulders overhead. Or rather, I should say, hips under shoulders, shoulders under head. It'd be really weird if your hips are on top of the head. So take a deep breath in, filling up. Long breath out. Maybe close the eyes if you haven't already, and let yourself find your attention focusing on your third eye, that point right between your eyebrows. Your Ajna chakra. And give yourself a moment here to just notice. Let yourself start to tap into that center of intuition. Allow yourself a moment here to just focus. Your drishti could be something that is physical, could be mental. So as you sit in this nice, easy seat, you allow yourself to let your attention rest at that third eye center, which if you want to move your eyes in that direction, that could be physical, or maybe you just bring your attention there so it is something that is more metaphysical. Letting the breath be steady in, steady out. Continue to find your focus. Acknowledging that drishti is a focused point of intention or concentrated intention. Take one more deep breath in, filling up from low belly all the way to the top of the throat. Breathe in, breathe in. Exhale, let it out. Wonderful here. Let's go ahead and start the movement part of our practice. So go ahead and come into a tabletop position. Get your hips over your knees, your shoulders over your wrists. And from this tabletop position, let yourself begin to just find some cat-cow. Start to open the throat, open the collarbones, arch the spine here. Start to move with your intention. Start to move with your breath, move with your body. Maybe that means some side-to-side motions. Maybe that means barrel rolls. Start to layer on that movement that makes the most sense for you. So as we go through today's practice, drishti is our focus. So I want us all to consider that concentrated intention of being in the body, of feeling the body, of being in this moment, this right here, right now. Not letting ourselves get caught in a trap of, oh, what's for lunch? Or, oh, this pose makes me hurt. You know what else makes me hurt? Headaches, or things like that. Let yourself really begin to focus in on what it feels like in this body, in this moment, on this mat. Taking about one more round of cat-cow, and then finding a neutral tabletop position. Then as you find your neutral tabletop, we're going to inhale, right hand up, left leg back. level out through the hips here, reach your limbs apart, then as you exhale, elbow to knee, crunch again. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, we crunch. Really pull the belly button up as you crunch. Inhale, lift. Last time, crunch and hold. Hug the belly button in, hug that knee in. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, reach back up. And exhale, take everything back to the ground. Beautiful here. Moving to the other side. Press the weight in that right hand. Left hand lifts up. Right leg goes back. Level through the hips. Reach the limbs apart. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee, crunch it in. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, we crunch. One more time. Inhale, we reach. Last time, crunch and hold. Hug that belly button in. Hug that knee in. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in, we reach. Exhale, we take it down to the ground. Beautiful work here. Let's go ahead and walk the hands slightly forward. Tuck your toes behind you. As you inhale, pressing your hands to feet, lift your hips, find your first downward facing dog. Pedaling it out. Finding your chest pressing back towards your thighs. Maybe that means taking a bend to your knees here first. Start to work with the body. Part of this concentrated intention means that we are focusing in on the sensations and making the appropriate modifications for what our body needs. Not what we think it should look like, but how it feels. So continue to find this downward facing dog. Pressing the chest back. Maybe the knees are bent, maybe they're not. Finding what works for you. Taking a deep breath in. Long breath out. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, take your gaze forward. As you exhale, feet travel to the top. Come through your first forward fold. Allowing opposite elbows to hug. Maybe if that's comfortable, maybe your hands straight. Maybe you sway back and forth. Maybe your knees are ramrod straight. Maybe they are bent. Again, focusing in on what works for you. Breathing in. Breathing out. Taking a deep bend in the knees here. Deep, 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 deep bend. Hands come to drape down towards the mat. That nice loose neck here. So just slowly press the heels. Roll yourself, ragdoll style, up to standing. Head is the last to rise. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, hands come to heart center. And close the eyes. Coming back to that drishti, that focused intention. That concentrated intention. Maybe your concentration is at the third eye center. Maybe that drishti is a focus point around your mat. Let yourself find your drishti, that focus. Continue to press down through the heels, lift through the crown of the head. Rolling the shoulders back. Pause here as you bring your hand by your side for Tadasana. Keep the eyes closed. Feeling strong here. So as we inhale, we're going to bring the arms up to shoulder height and bring the arms in front of us, palms face up. We're going to bring the palms to face each other now. We're going to work some light twisting. So we're going to inhale, sweep that right hand behind you. Keep pulling the right hip forward. Don't let yourself kind of lean back. Keep pulling that right hip forward. And bring your hands back to center. Left hand this time, sweep it behind you. Keep pulling your left hip forward. Don't let it sweep back. Keep pulling it forward. Inhale, bring it forward. Great, let's go ahead and take the right hand one more time each side. Keep pulling the right hip forward. Right hand forward. Now left hand goes back. Keep the hips square to the front. Inhale, reach back. Let's go ahead and take a forward fold. Wonderful work here. As we inhale, find a halfway lift. Take a slight bend in the knees here to reach the head forward. Imagine you're going to reach your sternum forward, shining forward. Deep breath in. Exhale, we fold. We're going to do this one more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Reach the sternum forward. And every time someone says, shine your sternum forward, I don't think of the Care Bear stare. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, we fold. Plant the hands here. Take your left foot up and back 3 to 5 feet. Drop that knee down as we reach up for Anjaneyasana. Reaching up nice and tall here. As we exhale, lunge a little deeper. Pulling your left hip forward as you do. Beautiful. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come back down. Awesome here. Inhale, reach up. Last time, come down and hold. So twisting is going to happen a lot today. So if twisting is not necessarily great for you right now, maybe you are about to have a tiny human. If that's the case, go ahead and keep yourself more open twisting versus closed twisting here. So as you inhale, left hand to right knee, right hand goes behind you, take yourself into a twist. Option here to leave the hand up overhead if that's better for you. Again, work with the body, find inquiry to find what movements make sense. Then slowly keep and draw your hands back overhead. Exhale, both hands come to the mat. We're going to tuck that back foot, step back, downward facing dog. Taking a moment here just to reset the body, maybe shift side to side. And then eventually find stillness as that left leg goes high. Exhale, bring it between the hands, drop the right knee down this time. Inhale, hands overhead, Anjaneyasana. Reaching up nice and tall. Exhale, press those hips down. Pulling the right hip forward, left hip back. Awesome work here. Inhale, reach up. Last time, press down. Feeling that right hip flexor stretch as we take our right hand to our left knee. Left hand reaches back. Again, option here to keep both arms lifted. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, both hands reach high. Exhale, both arms to the ground. Back foot comes to the top. Forward fold, top of the mat. Great work here. As we inhale, halfway lift, shine the sternum forward. Gazing forward, breathing in. Exhale, we fold. Bend through those knees here, roll yourself to standing, arms reach high. Exhale, hands come to heart center, find that mountain pose. Awesome here. We're going to go through that one more time. Maybe some variations, taking a little bit of speed. As we inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale here, plant the hands, left foot goes back 3 to 5 feet. Drop that knee, arms reach high, Anjaneyasana. Reach up a little bit taller. Exhale, press those hips forward and down. Awesome work here. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, press back down. Taking over the 5-mat twist here. Option here to take left hand to the right knee, right hand behind it, or keep both arms lifted, reach up. Breathe out. Inhale, both arms reach high. Take another very twisted variation. Drop the left hand on the mat, right hand lifts up for twisted lunge. Breathing in, breathing out. Dropping both hands to frame that foot now. Let's go ahead and peel the right foot towards the face. Left hip comes forward, finding our half splits. Shin towards the shin. Pull that right hip back. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. As you inhale, lunge back forward, plant those hands, step back to your downward facing dog. Taking 2 breaths here. Then as you inhale, left foot lifts high. Exhale, bring it between the hands, drop that right knee this time. As you inhale, reach the arms high. Press the hips down. Great work here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, press back down. Taking those twisted variations, right hand now to left thigh. Left arm reaches back. Option to keep both arms up. Breathing in. Breathing out. As you inhale, so sweep arms back for high. Exhale, right hand to the mat. Left hand lifts up, twisted lunge. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Allow both hands to frame that front foot now. Maybe you start to peel the left foot towards the face, peeling the right hip forward, left hip pulls back. Get some weight in that left heel, chin towards the shin, flexing the toes, Ardha Hanuman. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in. As we exhale, so the lunge back forward, plant the hands, take the back foot to the top, forward fold. So to take a deep, deep, deep bend to your knees. Make sure you've got 2 fists width of distance between your feet. Start to draw the hands behind the heels. Start to slowly use the core. Look forward, look forward, look forward. Arms reach high. Tadasana chair pose. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Exhale, we fold. Coming back to that chair pose one more time. Bend the knees, hands behind the heels, reach the arms high, chair pose, breathing in. Awesome work here, breathing out. Breathing in. As we exhale, straighten the legs, arms to the side, Tadasana mountain pose. Maybe give a little shimmy, shake out those legs. Beautiful here. We're going to layer on our flow here. So the flow is going to be gone through several times. We're probably going to be looking at about 3 times each side on this flow, adding on or subtracting each time. So as I call the first time through, that's our base. Feel free to stick with that the entire time. As I call out modifications or different variations, feel free to take them, skip them, whatever you want. So let's go ahead and find a way to top the mat. Chair pose is also happening a lot today because revolved chair is going to be our big pose. So go ahead and bring those feet hip distance apart. So hip distance is going to be under the bony crest of the hip, or about 2 fist width, or about heel to arch. Whatever way works best for your anatomy. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, chair pose. Beautiful work here. Keep reaching through the arms, reaching through the tailbone. Bring your hands to our center. I'm going to twist to my left, so we're going to take a deep inhale in. Exhale, right elbow to left thigh, twisted chair. Now take a moment here to watch what your hips can do. My right knee is now drastically in front of my left. I'm going to bring it back a little bit, square a little bit. You do not have to. It depends on how that feels for your low back. If you want to keep your knees separate, A-okay. If you want to bring them more in alignment, that's okay too. Deep breath in, long breath out. Bring your weight into your left heel. Slowly pick your right leg up, step back, twisted crescent lunge. Deep breath in, long breath out. We're going to open up to an awkward twist. We're going to bring our left hand behind us, right hand in front. Inhale, lift up. Reaching the arms as if I'm pulling on your wrists. They're pulling apart, twisting from the belly, breathing in, breathing out. We're going to slowly drop ourselves down to a twisted lunge. Right hand to the mat, left hand overhead. Just hinge yourself down. Great work here. Keep pressing that right hand, lift your left. Take your gaze down. Start to heel toe your left foot out to the side of the mat. Bring your right hand a little more in toward where your nose would be. Slowly step that left foot behind you, coming through to side plank or supported side plank, your choice. Deep breath in, long breath out. If you haven't found a supported side plank, go ahead and drop your right knee down. And then we're going to inhale, lift yourselves into a gate pose. Left hand comes on the leg, right hand overhead for Pariyasana. So we want this to be a little more active than more of a kind of like a loosey-goosey pose. So go ahead and squeeze your glutes, press your hips slightly forward, lift through the chest, reach to the arm. Maybe as if you lean backwards ever so slightly to get those psoas. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, back to center. Drop yourself into that supported side plank. From your supported side plank, lift your left leg. Now take your left bicep by the ear. Think nice long straight line. Fire up that left glute. Try to squeeze your left glute to lift your left leg a little bit higher. Breathing in. Exhale, elbow knee tap. Inhale, reach. And maybe that tap looks like this. So you can notice I'm resting my toe on the ground, get some support. Inhale, reach back long. Exhale, tap. Inhale, reach. Find full plank. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot back. Full plank pose. Hips are lifted. Gaze is forward. Ask yourself, has my concentrated intention shifted? If so, try to bring it back to your original drishti. Breathing in. As you exhale, lower to the ground. Wonderful work here. Bring your hands behind you. We're going to work on a locust variation here. So palms are apart, my thumbs face down. Roll the shoulders back. Take your gaze slightly forward. Inhale, lifting just the chest. Roll the shoulders back. Look forward. Breathing in. Breathing out. My arms are reaching for my heels. Breathing in. Exhale, come back down. Maybe you pause here with one cheek on the mat. Give yourself just a bit of a rest here. Breathing in. Great work. So to slowly shift your gaze back to center, we're going to do locust variation one more time, this time just the legs. So if you want, take a look at what my feet are doing. I'm going to inhale, press my pubic bone down, lift through my heels. Now I'm going to reach through my toes here. Not a lot of lift happening here. I'm thinking more length than anything else. I'm going to set it down. Let's do that together now. So inhale, squeeze our glutes, lift through the heels, reach through the toes. Backs of my hands are pressing down to give me some support. Lift a little bit higher if you can. Breathing in. Exhale, maintain. Inhale here. Exhale, drop. Hands come underneath of the forehead. Crocodile pose. Let your legs go nice and wide. Heels come in, toes face out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Give yourself a deep breath in. Feel the belly press to the ground. Exhale it out. So to bring the hand behind, underneath your shoulders. Bring the toes behind you in line with the hips. From here, we want to find downward facing dog. So go lift through plank or lift through tabletop, your choice. But as you inhale, hug the elbows tight, lift yourself up, hike the hips, press them back, downward facing dog. Beautiful work here. We're going to start to shift into side number 2. So as we inhale, we're taking gaze forward. Exhale, feet travel to the top, straight through to your chair pose. Drop the hips, arms reach high, Tadasana. Beautiful work here. Bring your hands to the heart center. Deep breath in. As you exhale, twist to the right. Left elbow to right thigh. Hands to prayer twist. Again, noticing what your left knee is doing. If it's really in front of the right, that's okay. Maybe you can pull it back a little bit, pull the right hip forward. Find comfort here. We want to make sure we're protecting the low back. Breathing in. Breathing out. Press the weight in that right heel. Left leg steps back. Twisted crescent lunge. Awesome work here. Take a deep breath in as you reach the right hand behind your left hand in front. Coming into your upward twist. Reach the arms far apart. Then as you exhale, left hand drops to the mat, right hand comes overhead, twisted lunge. From this twisted lunge, we know that we're going to be coming through to a side plank, so start to heel to that right foot out to the side of the mat. Left hand comes underneath the nose, step that right leg behind you, finding your side plank. Option here to drop to supported. We're going there in a breath. Deep breath in. Exhale, drop that left knee down, finding your supported side plank. Inhale, find your gate pose. Reach yourself into a T. Right hand on the leg, left hand overhead. Now squeeze your glutes together, press your hips forward, lean yourself back into stability. Keep lifting through your arms and your chest, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, come back to center. Drop to your supported side plank. Left arm down, right bicep by the ear now. Let's go ahead and lift the right leg. Squeeze that right glute. Feel the glute help lift the leg, breathing in. Exhale, elbow knee, tap. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, we tap. Inhale, we reach. Last time. Exhale, tap and hold for one breath. Inhale, we reach. Take yourself through plank. Drop that right knee behind you. Hands come down. Feel free to come through the tabletop if that's more comfortable. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Deep breath in. Exhale, drop all the way to the ground. As you lower to the ground, we're going to take our locust into a locust variation, a full locust. Bring your hands together. Roll the shoulders back. Feet are going to plank on the ground, tops of the feet. As you inhale, press the pubic bone down. Inhale, think length for the spine. Hands reach back, lifting the chest, lifting the shoulders, lifting through the heels and pressing through the toes. Think long spine, breathing in. Breathing out, retain. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slowly lower. Hands come underneath of the forehead. Let legs go wide. Crocodile pose. Beautiful job here. Deep breath in. Long breath out. We're going to start adding on to this flow here. So bring your hands underneath the shoulders. So to bring the feet back in line with the hips. Lifting up through tabletop and through plank, your choice. As you inhale, lift up. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Coming to side number 2, inhale, reach the hands. Reach the gaze forward. Feet come to the hands. Straight to your chair pose. Drop those hips, arms reach high, Tadasana. Starting to layer on a little bit here. As we inhale, reach those arms high. As we exhale here, hands come through the heart center. Deep breath in. As we exhale, let's twist towards our left. Right elbow, left thigh. From here, maybe you drop your hips all the way down towards your heels, kind of in a position like I'm in. This is an option. If you want to stay lifted, that's your choice as well. Deep breath in. So let's go ahead and start to narrow the feet just a little bit, get a little more stability. Maybe you can widen if you need it. Let's go ahead and lift the heels off the ground. And try to slowly drop the bum towards your heels. And then inhale, lift back up. Keep your gaze on the ground, that might help. Bring your bum towards the heels. Lift that bum back high. Last time, exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift it back up. Drop your left heel down, right leg steps back, coming into your twisted crescent lunge. Great work here. Let's inhale, open up to our upward twist, left hand behind, right hand in front. Reach to the front knee, reach to your back heel, reach the arms apart. Great work here. Option to bring some more in here. Left hand comes to your right thigh. Left hand lifts up. Let's come into a revolved twist. Lifting through the chest, lifting through the arm. Breathing in, breathing out. Slowly bring the right hand back in front, left hand behind you. Awkward twist as you transition to your twisted lunge. Press that right hand down, lift through your left hand. Start to heel to that left foot out to the side as you come through to our side plank. Side plank or supported side plank, your choice. Deep breath in, long breath out. Then slowly drop that knee down, coming through to your supported side plank if you haven't already. Let's lift up for our gate pose. Hands to a T, left arm down the leg, right hand overhead. Staying, again, paying attention to what's happening in the body. Do you have concentrated intention and focus on the sensations? Deep breath in, long breath out. Inhale, come back through to your side plank. Draw your bicep by the ear. Lift that leg behind you. Maybe you do elbow to knee taps. Maybe you just stay static, your choice. Take 3 taps total. Then after those 3 taps, we'll meet in full plank. From this full plank, let's drop to our knees for a moment. Option here to hold plank, option here to hold tabletop. We're going to start to work on that core a little bit. So we're doing a lot of twisting, so let's go ahead and start to integrate things in. So option here for your plank, watch what I do here. I'm going to bring my feet nice and wide for support. I'm going to inhale, right hand up, left leg back. Core has to be strong here. I bring it down. Left leg lifts, right leg lifts, left arm reaches. I bring it down. Option here to also do this from your tabletop. So we're going to do that holding for 1 round of breath each side. So let's go ahead and find our plank or tabletop, whichever variation you like. As you inhale, right hand lifts, left leg lifts. 1 round of breath, and take it down. 1 round of breath in between, then take it to the other side. 1 round of breath, then we take it down. And then from this position, we lower all the way to the ground. Start to working towards our locust position. So go ahead and come onto your bellies if you have that ability, and give yourself the moment here to bring your hands behind you to clasp. As you inhale here, roll the shoulders back. Lift the shoulders, head and neck. Start to lift through the heels, reach the toes. Think length. Imagine there's a button you're trying to reach with your toes and a button you're trying to reach with your head. Exhale, take it down. Great effort here. Bring your hands underneath of the shoulders here. From here, find your crocodile pose or child's pose. Choose one. Again, you start to let yourself discern what works best for you. Taking a deep breath in and a long breath out here. You're allowing yourself to take a deep breath in, long breath out. Bring your attention back to that third eye center between the eyebrows. Let yourself find that concentrated intention. Let yourself find that focus as you begin to slowly shift through to downward facing dog. Maybe keep the eyes closed here on this downward facing dog. Let yourself feel into this Ajna chakra. Feel that focused intention. Feel the hands in contact with the ground. Feel the toes, the feet. Feel the tailbone reaching up as the chest presses back. Deep breath in here. As you exhale, take the gaze forward. And slowly shift your feet to the top, coming through to your chair pose. Maybe keeping the eyes closed. Option here for this last round on this other side, keeping your eyes open or closed. Deep breath in. As you exhale, twist to the opposite side, twisting towards your right. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Deep breath in. But just slowly load the weights into the other foot. And as we do this, let's go ahead and keep the weight in that left leg and see if we can lower down using just the power of our left leg. Lower the bum towards the heels, then inhale, push back up. Now, press the right heel down using the power of the right leg, lower your bum towards the heels, inhale back up. Maybe your heels are down, maybe your heels are up. Find what works for you. My heels are going to be up. And as we exhale using both legs, lower down, lift back up. We've got one more round here. As we exhale, lower down. Pausing here with your hips close to the heels, find your twist, find the integrity here. And maybe, just for funsies, we keep ourselves down in this position and we start to press the toes. Lift yourself about halfway hover, then shoot that left leg behind you. Then lift yourself all the way up into that 90-degree angle for that leg, if that's something you're able to do, as you open up to your awkward twist. Beautiful work. Reach the awkward twist a little bit longer. Then if you're able to, or you feel like you're inclined to, find that revolved twist as you reach the arm, lift through the chest, reach the right hand towards your left thigh. Keep that lunge in that front knee. Breathing in. Exhale, maintain. And slowly bring yourself back through to your regular awkward twist. Then just hinge yourself down, coming into your twisted lunge. Once you have this grounded twisted lunge, pause to find the integrity you need to set up for your side plank. Then once you feel like you've got your building blocks, step back, side plank, or supported side plank. Great work here. Then from here, let's go ahead and drop to our supported side plank if we haven't already, as we lift up to a gate pose. Go ahead and draw that right hand down the leg, left hand overhead. Great work, everyone. Deep breath in, long breath out. Take a moment to squeeze the glutes here. Press the hips forward, lift through the chest. Imagine my hand is right behind your shoulder blades, and you're just going to lean into my hand, breathing in. Exhale, slowly come back through center, drop to your supported side plank. From the supported side plank, maybe we find full side plank on this side, or we don't. As we start to lift that leg, reach the bicep by the ear. Beautiful work here. Use the glute to lift the leg. Then take 3 taps if you'd like, or feel free to keep yourself static, your choice. But after those 3 taps, or just a few moments of breath, we start to find our way back to our regular plank or tabletop. From this position, this plank or this tabletop, we're going to come back into that balance sequence one more time, start to work that core. So go ahead and inhale, Start to reach the right hand forward, left leg up. Maybe widen the base of the feet if you need to. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, left arm up, right leg back. Deep breath in. Exhale, take it down. And slowly drop the knees lower to the ground. All right, we're going to work a little bit more with the locust position. So bring the tops of the feet to touch the ground. Hands come behind you. Option here to hold the hands or keep them separate, your choice, but begin to press the knee bone down, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, reach to the heels, reach the toes, lift the chest, head, neck, and shoulders, reach the arms back. Breathing in, breathing out. Great work here, breathing in. Exhale, release down. We're gonna do that one more time. Option here to try for bow pose if you'd like, by starting to curl in both quads. We haven't really done a lot of quad stretching, so this might not be feasible. So if you're going to do the bow pose, you're going to hold on to the tops of the feet, roll the shoulders back. If you're coming into your locust, start to lift the chest, lift the heels. Inhale, kick into the hands. If you're touching in bow pose, lift the chest, keep kicking into the arms pull back, lifting the chest, breathing in, breathing out. Hug the knees tight to each other, breathing in. Exhale, lower, back down. Hands come underneath the forehead, legs go wide. Finding child's pose or your crocodile pose. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, long breath out. Starting to slowly, as you find your breath, work your way to downward facing dog. And as you find your downward facing dog, take a deep breath in, long breath out. As you inhale, you're going to take your gaze forward. Exhale, feet travel to the top, coming to your chair pose. And from this chair pose, we're going to slowly straighten the legs, arms to the side, Tadasana, mountain pose. Start to widen your feet wide to the mat. Heels are on, toes are off. Preparing for our Malasana. So we're going to slowly drop the hips, arms to heart center, Malasana Yogi Squat. And if you're like me and I have difficulties with this pose, I like to reach my hands in front of me for a little bit of counterbalance. So let's all try this. Let's reach our hands in front of you, see how this feels. Press through the heels, lift through the chest. Let's go ahead and bring our hips, bring them parallel to the knees. Work, 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 pressing through those heels. Keep pressing the knees out towards the pinky toe. Let's go ahead and drop back down, hands to heart center. Awesome work here. Maybe a little bit of dancing party as you wiggle out through those hips. And let's go ahead and one more time, reach the arms forward. Let's go ahead and hover the hips parallel to the knees. Keep driving the knees out towards the pinky side of the foot. Great work here. Let's go ahead and stand all the way up, 5-pointed star. And hands by the side, shake out those legs. Great, all right. We've gone through the flow twice. I thought we might need it 3 times. I think we'll do it twice. We're gonna start layering on some larger movements that kind of work with twisted chair. So we're gonna work through side crow. So side crow has a few things. So blocks might be fun to try. So let me grab some blocks real quick. So I'm gonna come nice and close to the camera so you can kind of see. So side crow, a lot of people have an issue getting into it. So I wanna break this down. So side crow would be like this. I'm tall, so I have a lot of room here. So I'm gonna keep the blocks tall setting, about thigh distance. So what you can do is you can come into your chair pose, you can come into your twisted chair, all this great stuff. And the way I like to usually when I do my classes, I'll be like, okay, now let's come to side crow from here. So from here, I'm gonna bend a little bit more. That's why we do this little drill. We drop the hips down. I'm gonna reach my arms out, bring my hip and my thigh to the block. All right, I'm fully supported here. My hands are down. My elbows are, the eye of the elbow is facing, so you can see my elbows go bend right backwards. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lean forward, lean forward, lean forward. hey, side crab. That's an option. Option as well, if you want to go one of those fancy metal folding chairs, same thing. You kind of just rest your hip on that, your legs are off the side, and then you get side crab. Option one. If you are working on side crab, you want to build some strength here, remove one block. Make sure you still have some support, but I'm going to leave it more towards my thigh. I'm going to come in, so nothing supporting on this elbow. Okay. 2. 3 is full side crow. So I like to come into it like this. I like to hand at the side, bring them over, hook my elbow, bring my hand down. This elbow doesn't necessarily have to be hooked on, but for ease, I'm going to bring my elbow so that way my hip is just stacked. You can see I'm stacking right here. I'm going to walk this foot forward just a little bit, plant my palm, lean forward, my gaze, if you watch my eyes, I'm really looking forward, lift the leg, side crab. 3. Option 4 is don't let your hip sit on the elbow, just bring it out to the side. So option here would be like this. So nothing on my elbow, popping up, side crab. So we're going to break this down, and I'm going to get very close so I can actually watch. Okay, let's go and come to the top. Let's go to the middle of the mat, and we're going to come to let's say crouching tiger, hidden dragon style, where we're just going to crouch like this, bring our hands out in front of you. So fingers spread wide, not too wide, but wide enough for a base. Go ahead and twist towards your left. Hook everything, your right elbow on that left thigh, and start to bring your hands down. If you're using a block, start to rest yourself on that block as you begin to put more pressure into the arms. If you're not using the block, start to just keep leaning forward, gazing forward. Betsy, 100%, A+. Deep breath in. And then slowly start to come out, just lean back. Lean your butt back towards the ground, and you kind of pop back up in that crouching position. So for those of you with cameras on, does that make sense to you? Right? Thumbs up if it makes sense. If you thumbs down if you want more instruction. Okay. So let's go ahead and try other side. So if you're going to the other side, just move your blocks, pick them, rotate, other side. This is where I'm glad that we're only 3-dimensional beings, not 4-dimensional. We would have other side we'd have to handle. So let's go ahead and bring your hands back up to center and go ahead and try side number 2. Beautiful here. Okay, awesome. So I'm seeing one thing that might help. So a lot of us, our hips are pretty close to the ground. So to help out with this, that means we're closer to the ground. This pose might get a little bit easier if you're a little farther away from the ground, which is why I had us do that little hover thing. So for me, I'm going to hover. I'm working here, and I'm just going to put my hands down. Then I'm so much higher, I don't have to lift from here onto my elbow. I'm already high enough where I just bend my elbow back, sit myself on that little shelf, and just lean forward, keep gazing forward, coming into our side crab. All right, so if your hips are already close to the ground, that might be a thing. So let's go ahead and come to the top of the mat, and we're going to just find our chair pose. Let's go ahead and pallet climb to the chair. And then from our deep breath in, we're going to inhale, reach our hands up overhead, 5-pointed star. Hands come by the side, Tadasana. Shake out those legs. All right, so for me, that practice is really heavy on my knee joint. So my knees are like, okay, can we not anymore? So at this point, we're going to find our way to the top of the mat, find our Tadasana. And from here, with no fancy way of doing it, we're just going to come to a squat, crab walk back to the middle of the mat. Legs are going to be long in front of you. Go ahead and kick through the heels, flex the toes with the face, reach the arms high. As you exhale, come down, hinge at the waist, coming down to hold the foot, ankle, or shin, wherever you have accessible, and pull the chest forward. Flex through the feet. Nice gentle bend to the knees to protect the knee joint. We're not trying to hyperextend here. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Keep looking forward, shining forward, breathing in. Exhale, release the hold. Roll yourself back to seated. All right. Let your legs come out into a V here. From here, we're going to bring our left leg into the right, coming to a checkmark shape, coming to Shavasana. So options here. So if you have blocks, if you want, you can always keep your blocks, make little lanes here, and then you can rest your arms on this as you reach for your foot, ankle, or shin. This might help ease some of the pressure in your back. So you can make lanes here. You can also kind of, bring it up a little bit higher if you're tall like me. But let's go ahead and inhale, find that Shavasana, reach for that right foot. Let this be a little more on the restorative side, so not less trying to force the shape, more trying to feel the stretching the bottom left quadrant back. Maybe your hamstring is like, okay, this is great. Maybe it's not. But again, feel into it. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, slowly bring yourself back up to center. Take your blocks, shift them to the side as you let your left leg along. Bring down those lanes back to back as the right leg comes to that checkmark shape. If the lanes helped you, try that again. If the lanes didn't work so well for you, maybe ditch the blocks. The inhale, reach the hands high. Squirt over that left leg and fold. Holding the foot, ankle, or shin as you maybe let your forearms or elbows rest on these blocks. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Take a deep breath in. Then exhale slowly, bring yourself back on up. Let both blocks come over to each side of the mat. We might use them again. Bring both legs to the center, soles of the feet to touch. Go ahead and let's bring this into a fairly narrow diamond shape. We're going to make this a little more on the intense side. Make sure that your sit bones are firmly connected to the ground. So I'm going to really adjust myself so that my tailbone points slightly back. And sit up nice and tall. All right. From here, I want to press my feet together. You want to really feel the feet pressing together. Fire up the glutes. Hands come to hold underneath the feet. And again, I'm pressing my heels and my toe mounts together. Lift through the chest. Squeeze the glutes. And maybe you want to stay here. Or keeping the back straight, use the biceps. Pull yourself forward. This feels extraordinarily great after you've been sitting all day. So take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Deep breath in. And slowly breath out. Lift yourself back up. Help your knees up to center. Let your legs go long. We're going to begin to make our way to our backs. So go ahead and nice and gentle, just bring yourself down onto your back. Once you get down to your back, reach the arms overhead. Reach long through the fingers, reach long through the toes. Get long, long, long. Then as you exhale, hug those knees in, rock side to side. Wonderful work here. Start to close the eyes if you haven't already. Let yourself come back to that concentrated intention, that drishti of focusing in on that third eye center. Maybe you begin to hold the knees go nice and wide, coming to a happy baby variation where I'm just going to hold my knees wide, stay out here. If you want full happy baby, bring your hands to the feet as you kick up through the feet, pull down through the arms. Trying to get your tailbone in contact with the ground. If you're having trouble getting your tailbone in contact with the ground, maybe drop your hands down towards your knees. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Holding here in this happy baby. Maybe that means your knees are hugged to your chest instead. But in this position, you want to really stretch out, relax, let gravity pull you down. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And just slowly bring the knees back through to the chest. Start to let your right leg go nice and long. Hug your left knee in. And we're going to slowly draw our left hand out the side. Right, left knee towards the right. Coming to a supine twist here. Taking a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Deep breath in. Long breath out. As you inhale, take that knee back to center. Hug both knees tight. Let this time the left leg goes long. As your right knee comes towards the left, right hand out to the side, supine twist. Again, working with the body here, not against it. Starting to work with the sensations. As we inhale, we allow ourselves to bring ourselves back to center. Let the feet plant on the ground, hip distance apart. We're going to work through a few bridge poses before we settle in. So walk the feet in towards the midline, press the heels down, hands by the sides as we inhale, press through the heels, lift through the hips, bridge pose. Using our glutes here to lift a little bit higher, breathing in. Exhale, return down to the mat. We're going to do this 2 more times, increasing the hold each time. So as we inhale, lift back up. Finding your bridge pose, bring our knees more towards the midline. Great adjustments, breathing in. Exhale, maintain. 1 more breath, inhale in. Exhale, lower down. Great work here. Next round, we're going to hold for 5 breaths. Go ahead and find your bridge pose as you inhale, hold up. Lifting everything, breathing in. Maybe finding that bind underneath if that's comfortable. Shoulders are pressing down, heels are pressing down, hips are lifting up, using the power of the glutes, of the hamstrings. Press down through the feet. 2 more breaths in, 2 more breaths out. And at the bottom of that second exhale, lower all the way to the ground. As you get down here, let your knees go windshield wiper left and right. Giving yourself a few moments here to find any final motions you need to complete your practice. But otherwise, we're going to let ourselves extend our legs long, our arms long. Coming through to your Shavasana if that's where you want to be. Allowing yourself to find any final motions that might make it comfortable. Again, once more, asking yourself, are you in tune with what you're feeling? Are you honoring your body with your emotions? Or are you forcing things through? As we find our way to Shavasana, can you find that focused intention, that concentrated intention, maybe resting on the third eye? Deep breath in, long breath out. Just noticing as you keep that focused intention, how that feels. Taking a deep breath in and a long breath out. Beginning to invite movement and energy back into the body. Making small motions with the ankles and the wrists. Inhaling the arms overhead if that's comfortable, getting a full body stretch. Exhale, hug those knees in, rock side to side. Then eventually find yourself rolling onto your favorite side. Give yourself a moment here to rest. Maybe making an intention to take off of the mat with you. Then as you are ready, to just slowly rise yourself up to a seated position, eyes closed, rooting down through sit bones, lifting up through the crown of the head. Drawing the hands through the heart center and bowing the chin towards the chest. Giving yourself deep, intense gratitude for being here today, for taking the time for self-care, to move with intention, to breathe into the body, and to exist in this present moment. Knowing that we can take our yoga practice off the mat, maybe make an intention to leave the mat and live with concentrated intention, being so in the moment, so in the present, that you are aware of everything around you. Mindfully draw the thumbs to the forehead center and bow forward to seal your practice. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, and perfect peace. Thank you.